Here's a rewritten version, matching the length and structure while changing the wording throughout. Picture this. You're relaxing on a park bench one afternoon when a woman sits down next to you. Her skin is pale as fresh snow, her hair falls in silvery curls, and her eyes shine a pale blue. Intrigued, you ask for her name. Abarash, she replies, explaining she belongs to a tribe deep in sub-Saharan Africa. It suddenly clicks. She's a black woman living with albinism. You work up the nerve to ask for her number. She grabs your phone and taps it out with her left hand. The dates that follow reveal how sharp and witty she is. You fall hard, and somehow she agrees to be your girlfriend. Then the alarm blares. Just a dream. You lie there, pulse pounding, mind racing, wondering, could someone like her genuinely exist? What are the odds? The answer is yes, which leads to a bigger question. Among the 8 billion humans currently alive, who would be the single rarest one? To figure that out, we'll build this person trait by trait, beginning with heritage. Roughly 7,000 distinct ethnicities exist worldwide, yet the vast majority of people cluster into just a handful of massive groups. Take the Han Chinese. Nearly 18% of everyone on Earth, over 1.4 billion people, belongs to this one ethnicity. Now flip to the opposite extreme, where the planet's smallest ethnic communities live. The Sentinelese, isolated on the Andaman Islands, number somewhere between 50 and 400 individuals. The Kawahiva, hidden in the Brazilian Amazon, may consist of fewer than 30 people total. Australia's Spinifex people were counted at roughly 200 during their last census. So let's assign our rare individual to a group like these. We'll set a cautious figure of 500 members out of 8 billion total humans. Do the math. 500 over 8 billion equals 1 in 16 million. Right now, this person's odds of existing sit at 0.65%. Next, let's add albinism. This genetic condition arises from mutations affecting melanin production, the pigment responsible for coloring skin, hair, and eyes. When someone has full albinism, that pigment pathway either barely functions or shuts down completely. The outcome: skin that's white or nearly so, hair that's pale or silvery, and eyes that shift from light blue to gray to pinkish depending on lighting, since the iris lacks pigment. Worldwide, roughly 1 in 20,000 people has albinism. Factor that in alongside the ethnicity odds, and our person's existence probability drops to 1 in 320 billion. Moving on to eye color. While green, found in just 1 out of 50 people, technically ranks as the rarest single eye color, there's an even stranger mutation to consider. Complete heterochromia means someone's eyes are 2 entirely different colors, say one brown and one blue. It typically shows up at birth, stemming from uneven melanin distribution between the eyes. Generally, it's a cosmetic quirk with zero impact on eyesight. This trait shows up in about 0.06% of people, or roughly 1 in every 1,667. Let's also make her left-handed. Genetics contributes to handedness, though no one gene controls it outright. Even genetically identical twins disagree on handedness roughly 20% of the time. The brain's wiring matters too. Right-handed individuals typically process language primarily in their left hemisphere, whereas left-handed people frequently rely on both hemispheres working together. In many cultures, kids get pushed toward using their right hand, which likely means true left-handedness rates are undercounted. Even so, we'll stick with a modest 10% or 1 in 10 as our estimate. Stack together the ethnicity, albinism, eye color, and handedness odds, and the probability now stands at 1 in 533 quadrillion. Let's talk vision next. Typical human eyes rely on 3 cone cell types tuned roughly to blue, green, and red light. These 3 signal types get blended by the brain into approximately 1 million perceivable colors. Some rare individuals, called tetrachromats, possess a 4th cone type sensitive to wavelengths sitting between red and green. This extra input lets certain tetrachromats perceive up to 100 million distinct shades. This trait appears almost exclusively in women since it's tied to the X chromosome. Women can carry both a normal and mutated copy of the relevant gene, sometimes producing a working 4th cone type, something men essentially can't do. Roughly 12% of women carry this genetic variant, though only a tiny percentage actually gain functional tetrachromacy. Scientists estimate true tetrachromacy affects about 1 in 40,000 women, or 1 in 80,000 people overall. Our rare person also forgets nothing. Hyperthymesia, formerly called highly superior autobiographical memory, lets someone recall almost every single day of their life in vivid detail, down to mundane conversations and forgettable moments, not just milestones. Neuroscientist James McGough first documented this condition in 2006, after a woman named Jill Price came to him unable to escape her own memories. She described it as an endless, unwanted rerun of her life playing on loop. Worldwide, fewer than 100 verified cases exist. Even loose estimates accounting for undiagnosed people put the global total at just a few hundred, making this among the rarest documented memory conditions on record. We'll cautiously estimate 500 cases out of 8 billion people, or 1 in 16 million. So here's our composite rare human from a 500-person ethnic group living with albinism, complete heterochromia, left-handedness, tetrachromacy, and hyperthymesia. Put it all together, and this person's odds of existing come out to 1 in 6.83 septillion. For context, that number exceeds the estimated star count in the observable universe, roughly 1 septillion at most. Or think of it this way, matching that figure in grains of sand would require 9-10,000 Earths worth of beaches. And we haven't even pushed this to the absolute extreme yet. Countless other traits remain untouched, rare blood types, unusual mutations, cognitive variations, and more. Far too many to squeeze into one video. The takeaway: every single one of us has defied staggering odds just by existing exactly as we are. Sure, there are plenty of fish in the sea, but none of them are quite like you, so keep on swimming. To let me know if you'd like any section adjusted for tone, pacing, or length.